Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave division rivals stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLESFANS. Let's get to the news now, fans. I've got some incredible news that could shake up the NFL landscape, particularly in the NFC East, and it's all about the Philadelphia Eagles. You know, after winning that Super Bowl not too long ago, the Eagles are still riding high, but they're always looking to get better, to improve, to stay ahead of the competition. And what's happening now, especially with a potential trade involving a key wide receiver, could be one of the biggest moves in the offseason so far. Yes, I'm talking about DJ Moore, the talented wideout currently with the Chicago Bears, possibly heading to the Eagles. And trust me, this isn't just some rumor, this could be a game changer for Philly. Let's set the scene a little. The Bears, after a pretty tumultuous season, have been making some interesting draft choices. Recently, they went out and selected Luther Burden III in the draft, a receiver with a lot of promise. But what's catching everyone's attention is what this says about their current roster, especially regarding DJ Moore. You see, last year, Moore was one of the few bright spots for Chicago. He put up solid numbers, with over 10 yards and 8 touchdowns, despite the Bears struggling overall. But now, with the draft of Burden, there's a lot of speculation about what Chicago's plans are for their veteran receiver. Bill Zimmerman, who covers the Bears for Windy City Gridiron, has been vocal about this. He took to X, formerly Twitter, to question whether the Bears' new coaching staff might be having second thoughts about DJ Moore's future. He pointed out that Burden's play style closely resembles Moore's, and that the new regime, not being the ones who acquired Moore, might see an opening to move on from him. Zimmerman's words have fueled the fire, leading many fans and analysts to believe that a trade could be imminent. And interestingly, the Philadelphia Eagles are now being mentioned as a possible landing spot. You might be wondering, why would the Eagles want DJ Moore? Well, even though Philly is stacked at wide receiver with A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, the team is always looking for ways to get better and to add depth. Remember, after winning the Super Bowl, the Eagles are not resting on their laurels. They're looking to fine-tune their roster, especially at key positions like wide receiver, where reliability and explosiveness are crucial. Jalen Hurts, their dynamic quarterback, thrives when he has multiple options and reliable targets to throw to. Now, the Eagles have made some interesting moves this offseason that point to a desire to upgrade that position. For example, they declined the fifth-year option on Jahan Dotson, which signals some uncertainty about his fit within the team's long-term plans. Behind Brown and Smith, there's a lot of unproven talent: Johnny Wilson, Terrace Marshall, Aeneas Smith, players who still have to prove themselves at the NFL level. With both Brown and Smith having injury concerns in the past, Philadelphia needs a more dependable, dynamic receiver who can step in when needed, someone who can be a true game changer. And DJ Moore fits that profile perfectly. Think about it. Moore, with his size, athleticism, and ability to make plays after the catch, would be a perfect complement to A.J. Brown. Brown has established himself as a true WR1, a matchup nightmare for defenses. But having Moore on the other side, a receiver with his versatility and downfield threat, would give the Eagles an even more dangerous passing attack. Moore's ability to stretch the field and make contested catches adds a new dimension to Philly's offense. Plus, his size, standing around 60 and weighing approximately 210 pounds, makes him a matchup nightmare for defensive backs. In the current NFL landscape, where offenses are becoming more dynamic and pass-heavy, having a receiver like Moore is essential. His career stats for the Bears are impressive: over 300 yards and 14 touchdowns in just 34 games. That kind of production, combined with his athletic profile, makes him an invaluable asset. For Jalen Hurts, having someone like Moore to throw to deep down the field or to work the sidelines would significantly open up the offense. It's a strategic move, a way to keep defenses guessing and to ensure that the offense doesn't stagnate after the Super Bowl victory. And let's not forget the bigger picture here. The NFC East is a division that's always competitive, with the Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, and Washington Commanders all vying for supremacy. Getting DJ Moore would not only boost Philly's offense, but also send a message to their rivals. Currently, there's talk that the Cowboys are interested in Moore as well. If the Eagles manage to secure him, they would be preventing a rival from adding a key piece that could make their offense more potent. It's a classic case of division rivalry strategy, getting the player before they do. Now, the trade itself would be a bit of a surprise, considering Philadelphia's existing roster, but it makes perfect sense when you analyze their needs and their championship aspirations. The Eagles have the cap space, the draft capital, and the willingness to make bold moves to stay on top. Bringing in Moore would be a statement, a clear sign that they're not just content with their recent success, but are determined to push even further, to chase back-to-back Super Bowls. Looking at the bigger picture, this potential trade also speaks to the evolving nature of NFL team building. It's no longer just about draft picks and young players. It's about strategic acquisitions, about making the roster as complete and versatile as possible. The Eagles, under their coaching staff led by head coach Nick Sirianni and general manager Howie Roseman, have shown time and again that they're willing to pull the trigger on bold moves. This season, they've already made some interesting decisions, and adding a veteran like DJ Moore would be the next logical step to reinforce their offense. Moreover, Moore's arrival would give Jalen Hurts a true number 2 option that can make plays both on short routes and down the field. His ability to create after the catch, combined with his size and athleticism, would make him a nightmare for defenses trying to scheme against the Eagles. And with defenses having to account for Brown's deep threat and Smith's versatility, Moore's presence would stretch the field even more, creating opportunities for big plays and sustained drives. Now, I want to talk about the potential impact on the locker room and team chemistry. Adding a player of Moore's caliber can boost morale and motivate other players to elevate their game. It shows that the Eagles are committed to winning, to pushing through any limits, and to giving Hurts the best possible supporting cast. It's also a move that could energize the fanbase, who are always eager to see their team make bold, strategic moves that can translate into more wins, and ultimately, another shot at that elusive second Super Bowl. Of course, the trade isn't just about adding talent, it's about fit. DJ Moore is a player who has shown he can adapt to different quarterbacks and systems, and under the guidance of an offensive-minded coaching staff like Philly's, he could reach new heights. His route running, ability to find soft spots in coverage, and reliable hands make him an ideal fit for the Eagles' offense. Plus, with the attention Brown and Smith draw from defenses, Moore would often find himself in one-on-one situations, giving Hurts even more options to exploit defenses. Now, looking ahead, this move could set a precedent for how the Eagles approach the rest of the offseason. It signals that they're not afraid to make big trades, to shake up the roster if it means improving a Super Bowl-caliber team. It also shows that they're willing to take advantage of the current NFL landscape, where trades and acquisitions are becoming the norm rather than the exception. The NFL is a league of strategic moves, and Philadelphia seems poised to make one of the biggest of this offseason if the rumors turn into reality. And think about the implications for the NFC East. A trade for DJ Moore would give the Eagles a significant edge over their division rivals, who are also trying to strengthen their rosters. It's a classic arms race, and Philly's willingness to go after a player like Moore reflects their commitment to staying at the top of the division and competing for another Super Bowl. The division is getting tougher, but the Eagles are showing that they're ready to answer back with bold moves and strategic trades. So in conclusion, this potential trade for DJ Moore is not just about adding another receiver. It's about reinforcing the team's core, about making a statement to the league, and about positioning themselves for another championship run. The Eagles have already proven they're capable of winning big, and with Moore, they could be taking that next step, becoming even more dangerous and unpredictable. It's an exciting time for Eagles fans, and I can tell you that everyone around the NFL is watching closely to see if this move materializes. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Philadelphia Eagles news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think DJ Moore would be the perfect fit for Philly? Would he help push the team even closer to back-to-back Super Bowls? Or do you think the Eagles should focus on other areas in free agency or the draft? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Philadelphia Eagles. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news. We're in the heart of the offseason, but the excitement is only just beginning. The Eagles are always about making bold moves, and this one could be a game changer, not just for this season, but for years to come. Thanks for sticking with me, Eagles fans, and as always, fly, Eagles, fly.